Okay, what on earth is this stream doing? It just started another stream and could disconnect it. Like, my stream thing never went down. Like, this is the problem with YouTube. My stream just went down for about 30 seconds, approximately 20, 30 seconds, which ended up ending the previous stream. But now it divided it into another video. This is the problem with YouTube. Why do you gotta do this? Why do you have to divide literally every stream into a different video and not just have a longer time for being able to pick up on it? This doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and I hate it so much. But, oh gosh, it's so weird. Like, if you do that on any other streaming location that isn't YouTube, it just brings you right back. Like, you don't even need to change your page or anything. It just brings you right back into the stream. But YouTube, it divides into its own video, and if I'm not mistaken, it, like, completely sends out a separate notification as if it's a completely different stream. It is so very, very strange. But anyways, hopefully people will find the current stream that it just redid. But, yeah, it directed you to another video because of, because the stream went down for a second. Or for 20 seconds, I should say. But yeah, YouTube's weird. It's amazing that they can't figure out how to do streaming properly. I still cannot get over that. They're so bad at it, they had to shut down YouTube Gaming. Because they were just so incompetent at making a streaming platform. And it's still really bad. That hasn't changed. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff I like about YouTube. As well as a lot of stuff that's just really mind-boggling why they haven't tried to adjust. They try adjusting, like, the things no one wants them to adjust or fix. And they end up fixing, like, nothing people actually want them to fix. Like the monetization problems and the auto demonetization and other things. Actually making streaming work. What do we do? Grab a Irongut there. Get a apothecary. Get our other devourer there. Get our purple convert. And he's dead. Okay, we got this one, and then this one right over there. Also, if I give out a code now, it's gonna go to, like, almost no one. If anyone catches this unlisted video, that's almost, like, hidden once it comes up after the fact, it'll be such an easy to redeem code, because it probably won't be completely used up. But yeah, we still haven't given out a code. I said at 220, and I believe we're almost done with 220 right now. Unless I passed it and just completely forgot to hand out a code. Which could have happened because we were chatting a bunch. But I'll go do it right after this if we haven't, if it is past that point. Let me double check. I'll go through that down. Yeah, I'm going to try that tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to do another fix for tomorrow night. And see which one does more of an effect. To help fix things. Because ideally I do want to keep the playback if it's possible. But if it's the main thing that's causing us to lag like that, I probably won't. Anyways, let me go hand out a code. Just before I forget anything. So let me hand out code. And then we'll go do dailies. And then we'll probably wrap up for the night, most likely. And just continue to grind tomorrow. But where is my code section? There it is. It is edit time. Where'd it go? We used 2 earlier, so now we give it another one. Mark that down. Copy, copy. Save it. Use it over at the code section to make sure it works. Oops, I added a space bar. That's not how that works. Good, it works. Paste that right over there. Paste it again. Copy, copy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hopefully that clicked copy. Undo. There we go. Copy, copy. Well, you do it out an undo button. I hate when undo button doesn't work in a specific area. Because I always like click undo. And then when it doesn't work, it's like, no, why could you do this to me? But there you guys go. There's the redeem code you use on gemsofwar.com if the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just go use it on the link right over there, gemsofwar.com in your game code section. And give same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Maybe I'll probably wrap up in a moment. We'll just go and we'll complete out this delve and then probably just do dailies and just call it a night for now. But we'll be back tomorrow. Probably around, probably closer to the morning, like it should be. Probably around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And from there, we'll go and do a bunch of grinds into the faction. Hopefully make it to about 400, if not further. It depends if we start skipping or what method we start using. If we do skipping, we could probably actually get it done almost next stream. Definitely by tomorrow night's stream. And go from there. What do we take there? We'll take that for now. Get our other Devourer. Get our other mana. And he be dead. There we go. Okay, I'll take that for now. Get a Devourer onto you. Get our other Convert. Explode all the things. And Devour all the things. Oh no, he just copied our Apothecary. There's a problem with that. That Apothecary has, no it doesn't, never mind. It came in with no traits. Never mind, ignore what I was about to say. I was gonna say it's gonna come in with Devour. But yeah, the enemy doesn't actually have that troop, so it doesn't come in with any traits. Because technically the AI doesn't own any traits, other than for what it currently is using in these kind of battles. I don't think liking the stream would matter too much, but definitely feel free to do so. Because this is going to be a little mini stream. Also, hello, Sebastian! Thank you for you subscribe, much appreciated. Since it got cut off from the other stream. But it still helps, nonetheless, so thank you. Yeah, I'm going to have a thing that kind of like does an automatic reminder. That'll be setting up, I'm not sure when I'm going to get that set up. I'm probably going to get that set up once we have the, that one stream board thing. What is that called? I actually completely forget its name. The stream deck. Once we have the Elgato stream deck, we're probably going to set up something for that, so that I don't need to constantly, like I hate having to mention it ever, which I generally don't. But to have something automatic that would do it for me would be pretty nice. And there's a way that you'd be able to do it with that. There's actually some ways that you can do it without even using that, but it'd be a lot more convenient having it that way. So I can also disable it whenever I want really easily if I want to, if it's ever starting to be too annoying. But you can set it so it would come up at like a certain interval. We're having a variable interval. But anyways, we'll just finish out normal dailies and then we'll probably call it a night for now. Start with dungeon, then we'll just clear out adventure board. Start with key and work over to explore. If anyone still has any questions, now would be a great time to go and ask. Because we'll start slowly wrapping up. But yeah, we'll be back in about 12.5 hours from now, around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow morning. And of course we'll be continuing our delve grind then. And we might start skipping. I'm not sure if we're going to start skipping method. If we do, we could probably get it all done tomorrow morning stream. But we'll see. It really depends on how many sigils we have. Grab all the gold, get her destroy again. Get another destroy, and then we can just go key to key to key and just kind of win. There we go. And dead. Okay, one more round. And then all of the normal dailies. Which are the delves we already did. Because I ended up doing that in the morning when we were running them for the thing. We'd actually probably already be at 250 if I didn't run them. But of course we ran 3 additional delves. Though they were at lower levels, so they went a bit quicker than normal. Is there a good Tower of Doom team for level 25 plus Dragon Soul in the boss room? Breaks the Wild Queen Skull Spam team? Trying to think of pure purple that's upskills that far. Worst comes to worst, you can still use Mang methods. I'm not sure if my Wild Queen team they're referring to is a Mang method. But Mang goes infinite. There is no amount of stats where Mang won't win. And you can just run Mang into follow-ups. Not even necessarily Wild Queen as your follow-up. Just, you know, like support follow-ups. Then make it so you don't lose your turn. Or so that you can rush mana like with Leprechaun. But yeah, Mang, something Leprechaun is probably enough to win. You don't really need much. Just like all-in Mang and just focus on board control. And just make it all in so you don't lose hero. Obviously, if you lose hero, you might auto lose the battle. But as long as your hero doesn't die, you can just run all of Delve with a full team just supporting Mang. And just try winning it out that way. Wow, Adventure Board is so useless today. It's like some of the worst loot other than the fact we get 9 gems. Oh yeah, you have to be really careful about Spirit Fox. Luckily, with medals now, you can do HP buff to outrange it. So you can actually 24 HP buff on that battle to make sure it doesn't kill you. I ended up doing that this time around. I think we had 1 or 2 troops that would have died if Spirit Fox would have hit it. But we ended up using 2 HP buffs for 16 additional HP. And that 16 additional HP moved us high enough that he wasn't able to kill us, which was pretty cool. Yeah, do keep in mind that you can just HP buff yourself out of kill range. Or armor buff, depending on your team. But generally, you'd go HP, as it is normally the better option. Oh yeah, you can also use Faunessa for first turn buff. It is purple after all. That is true as well. And it has charms that upscales as well. But yeah, Faunessa got a really, really nice buff about a year ago or so. Actually, they did that early last year, so it was around like February or so, I think. So that was like, what, 8, 9 months ago? But, yeah, she got a really, really nice buff earlier. About 9 months ago. It was like last February or March or something this year. I haven't used her much since, but she does HP buff your entire team now rather than just herself. They did end up increasing her mana from 9 to 12, though. Okay, we'll go get a board clear here. Grab all those down. And then just for a Wayne kill. And 1 more set. Yeah, any other questions, anyone? Any questions? Any questions? Also, did you guys have any trouble finding the stream? Like, where was it when you ended up coming back from when it came down? If anyone knows where you found the stream, or did you even have to change the page this time around? Because it separated the video, and normally when it separates the video, it makes it so it has to move to a completely different page, which is just so strange. But we had a really high comeback rate. Not as like a full amount, obviously, but higher than normal. As far as how many people were able to re-find it this time. Refreshing subscription page. Yeah, I do have a widget on my subscription page that tells me, or tells everyone when I'm streaming. It also shows when my next stream is if I had it scheduled. Or, you know, if I set it up in the scheduling system thing that YouTube has. Oh, it came right back up. Interesting. But that would explain why there was more people here this time around. Also, just since we can, let's go run 1 Urskia, I guess. We didn't do any token grinding. Maybe today's our lucky day and we didn't even know it, because we haven't tried doing anything too luck-based today. So let's go see if we can go get a Nisha off of 1 run. That is excessively unlikely, but imagine if it happened. Actually, if it happened, we'll have +5 magic if we want to run truffles instead of +4. Well, if nothing else, we got lucky enough to find a gnome. Hopefully as a vault key or something of use that's gem-related. Come on, keys. You know you want to. Hopefully he doesn't escape. He shouldn't. Definitely possible, though, if we get really unlucky. Let's grab full mana off of that. That should be enough, hopefully. Yes, good. And now he's dead. What do we get? Anything good? Vault key, gem keys, 2,500 gold. That's rather bad, but better than nothing, I guess. That's less gold than we even get for the battle, which takes 30 seconds. Oh, I should have taken that brown extra turn. Not that big a deal, though. It might have actually slowed us down if we grabbed it. And 1 more will kill it out. And that's enough. Really nice cascade there. Okay, 4 more sets. Wow, another gnome. Will you drop us any good loot? You know you want to. I probably should have grabbed that brown again. Whoops. Would have gotten more mana than that explosion even did. Oh, there we go. We got right back to full. No extra turn off it, but enough for full, which is still good. Let's see. Will you drop something better? Nope, even worse. 100 souls. That's like your worst drop that you have is 100 souls. I think the only thing that's really worse is like 2 diamonds or 2 minor trade stones. I guess technically 2. I don't know. But to me, both of those are equally useless. For some people, some of that might be useful. Like minor trade stones can be a little bit hard to accumulate a lot of. But 2 in any situation isn't really that many. And 2 diamonds, even if you needed diamonds, it's just such a small amount of diamonds. That's like 1/400th of a legend. Or 1/2000th of a mythic. 2 more battles. Can we get our Nisha? Come on, we only need 1 more. And by 1 more, I mean 1 more until we get a badge, not 1 more total. Technically, we need a billion more because even once we have 3 of them, we're going to need them for upgrades so that we can start upgrading mythics. I'm curious to see how upgraded people will be next Guild War. Like, if people's defense team will actually have, like, upgraded stuff. The first event didn't. I didn't see a single upgraded troop. However, this time around, we might, for the first time, start seeing them again. Haven't really been seeing them in PvP either. Yeah, I guess people just don't have the resources, because all that stuff that's commonly used on defend, you wouldn't necessarily upgrade with medals immediately. Because a lot of the initial upgrades for medals are lower rarity stuff, most of which don't necessarily get used on defend. Like, they might be used utility-wise offensively, but they're not really used defensively. But the only exception being maybe Apothecary and Leprechaun kind of stuff. Okay, let's see if we get lucky enough to get Anisha here. Oh, you finally found the video. I know. YouTube keeps trying to hide it every single time it goes down. No! Oh, we didn't get it. Nothing useful there. Well, at least we got a Medal of Guard, I guess, to go upgrade stuff with. What does that bring our totals to right now? We currently have, at our disposal, 1 Medal of Anu, 3 medals of Arachnia, 6 medals of Cedric, 5 medals of Nisha, and 2 medals of Guard. Those are all the things that we can go and technically use right now if we wanted to upgrade stuff. I believe the medal I'm waiting on in order to have a second one, or Anu I'm waiting on in order to put 2 of them into a Yagway, I'm pretty sure. Arachnia, I'm probably just waiting until we get more Cedrics. Cedrics, I just need to find more Ultra Rares to use it on. And Rares, I'm probably just using on Bounty Troops, actually. Bounty Hunter is what, next week? So we'll probably use it for Bounty Troops next Friday, possibly. Whatever we're going to use for as our Bounty team. Maybe we'll do it the first time ever where we run 4 Bounty Troops the entire time. Because we can medal all 4 of them and have them maxed. I'm pretty sure I'm still just going to run 3. But I might test that at least once or twice and see what we can do with 4 Bounty Troops. See how it goes when they're all maxed out, fully upgraded. And see how that pans out. Because we should be able to do that. I currently have 1 upgraded, and that is obviously Tigraki. However, we can have even more than that upgraded. We can end up having probably all 3. How many would we need for all 3, since we already have Tigraki? We would need 9... Yeah, I would need 9 spare medals of Yasmin and 3 medals of Cedric. Which means I need 4 more copies of Medal of Yasmin by next week's Friday, if we were to make that happen. And then we could run a full team of upgraded bounty troops that all have extra stats from medals. Plus, we'd still be able to run the also the extra stats off of the 3 slotted medals, but also all of them would be gold rank. We might need to do that just for fun to see if it happens. I need to double check to see if next week's bounty troop is actually useful, though. Otherwise, it might just go down to triple method. But we might try the quad method for once. It might be a little bit slower, but it gets a lot higher on leaderboard, if nothing else. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure, because I'm not too concerned about leaderboard. Because nothing on leaderboard I technically need. Because you'd have to spend more gems than you would even get back in gems. And you would also, orbs... I don't know, I don't really need more orbs at the moment. Like, they're nice to have, particularly purples and blues and such, to have more in reserve. But I don't have an immediate need for them. Like, me getting them isn't going to have a direct gem value immediately. Something like gem keys kind of does, because every single month we have to go and dump all of those and attempt for it. And that can end up saving us from having to spend other resources. However, no real immediate resource really comes from any of the other ones. Well, I guess technically purple is the equivalent of gem key, so I guess that's technically not true because purples would actually have an immediate effect on us since we could theoretically use it for this. I haven't actually ever used a purple orb, by the way, which is one of the reasons why I guess I didn't consider it right there. But we have such an absurd amount of purple orbs stacked that we've just never used. Also good, we did fill the guild back up. Oh yeah, we recruited it earlier today. I feel like donating that gold, but I'm pretty sure someone else from my guild will do it because I think I already did 2 million this week. If I did, I won't do it. If I haven't, I will. Okay, I did. I'll just leave it at 2 million for now then. But anyways, what I'm looking for is how many orbs do we have? We have 136. Oh gosh, that number is bigger than I thought it would be. We have 136 small purple and 39 big purple. That is a lot of sigils. Hold up, let me do some math on that real quick. I think that's almost enough to 3 times max it out. What's the math on that? Okay, let me do 39 times 1,500. That's 58,500. 58,500. 58,500. 58,500. That's 99,300. We almost have 100,000 seals just in orbs. Yeah, that total right there is 99,300, which means we have over 200,000 seals right now, combining that with our stack that we have, which means we have, how many gem keys is that theoretically? That's basically the equivalent of about, what's the math on that? Why am I failing at math right now? My brain is just like shut down all of a sudden. Like it's literally shut down. It almost feels like it wants to go to sleep. Gosh. But math, work, brain function, 100,000. You divide that by 20. That comes out to 5,000. Yeah, 5,000. That's 5,000 gem keys. Basically, is how many we have in just seals. I did that right? I think so. Wait, never mind. It's 200,020. What am I doing? Never mind. I did the wrong number. We have, my brain is all weird. But yeah, we have 200,000. Technically 220,000. You know what? Let's just bring out calculator. Go. My brain does not want to function right now. We have 220,000. You divide that by 20. It's 11,000. There we go. That seems more like it. We have 11,000 gem keys in just seals right now. Basically. That's a lot of gem keys, actually. There we go. My brain. My brain did not want to function there. That was really strange. It just completely stopped working. But yeah, it's 11,000. It's almost double the initial number I said. Because I did the wrong number initially. But yeah, that's a lot of gem keys. But that's combining all the seals we have right there, combined our whole stack with our other stack. That's over 11,000 gem keys worth of these seals. And they have pretty decent drop rate. Like, here's the drop rate for it. It's 0.11 for mythics, which is technically even more than what gem keys have theoretically. I still feel like their drop table tends to be worse than that, though, more often than not. But, yeah, it's 0.1 and 2% off of gem keys. However, off of guild chests, they are 0.11 and 2.25, meaning a 0.25 higher on legend and 0.01 higher on mythic. Still feels like the drop table is worse sometimes, though. Can I see my gem keys? What do you mean? We have 950 gem keys is how many we have. Not too many. Though we got really lucky and got to save a bunch of the most recent mythic. Next patch added EXP, gold, soul token, in your opinion? That would be pretty cool if we got resource-related tokens. So that instead of going for higher stats, you can go for higher resources. That would also help fix how soul farming is slightly weaker now, as well as EXP farming. However, gold farming is higher than it's pretty much ever been in the history of the game. However, EXP farming and soul farming did get nerfed. So if they did a medal that could actually buff it, that would be pretty cool. I'm not sure if they would do a gold one, though obviously if they were to do the other two, they probably would do gold. But gold is pretty much higher than it's ever been right now. The gold rate is pretty easily 350,000 per hour in Explore in a new system, give or take about 50,000, depending on bonuses and depending on speed and team composition and all that. But I don't know, I've been averaging around 350 or so, even a little bit higher at times for gold rate, which is absurdly high. Do you have all the troops in the game? Yes, I have every single troop in the entire game. Here's the breakdown of everything we have. We have every troop. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I'm only missing one troop. And that's just because I haven't opened vault keys. The one troop I'm missing is the new gnome that came in a couple weeks ago. The mecha gnome. That's the only thing I'm missing, which doesn't really count much. Weapons, I have every weapon in the game. Pets, I'm only missing the faction pet that just came out in the most recent faction, and the Android pet, which costs $50. Also, you'd have to specifically buy through Android, and I don't have an Android phone, though I believe I could use BlueStacks if I really wanted to, simulate an Android thing, and then pay $50 for it. But I don't want to spend $50 just for full completion, so we're not going to bother doing that. Not anytime soon anyways. But it's technically possible. Team slots are impossible to ever max out just because you would need to spend like almost $9,000 on the game, which obviously we'll never do. So that I don't really count. Why it's even under this category, I don't know. Because no one considers it required for completion. Like, it is such a pointless thing, like the amount of team slots you have. Like, it's useful to have more team slots, don't get me wrong. But having it as like a thing that tracks how many you have is kind of pointless. Because it's not required for completion within this game. Because it's basically a money-only related thing. You can get a decent amount of them through not spending any money. But half of them are basically money locked with how the current state of the game is. Which is nice to give people that spend money a little something. But it doesn't make any sense why it shows up as an option on this screen. They honestly should just completely remove it from this. And just have it so it's 4 of them here. It would also make this page look a lot neater than it currently is. This kind of looks a bit jumbled with 5 there. But hopefully it'll make that change eventually. Oh, we have a pet right now? What pet? I don't see any pet. I guess I have to go do a battle real quick. Let me just click out a quick explore. And then we'll go do the pet and then we'll probably wrap up for the night. I don't see any pet. But I'm pretty sure once we do a battle it'll show up. But yeah, we'll do the pet and call it a night. Okay, got a Scorpius there. Oh good, a Trogpole. Wait, didn't we just get a Trogpole? We already did the Trogpole. Unless we just got 2 Trogpoles in a row. Oh, never mind. That's a different one I was thinking. Never mind. I think I already have that one maxed. I'm not sure. I think it's 1 rarity from max or max. Yep, it's maxed. I'm still going to do it, though. We need the food. Gotta feed our pets. Yeah, let me switch off a War Priest. I need to go level... well, it wouldn't hurt to level War Priest more. But I want to level the Ballistus, actually. Okay, let's just go through this real quick. Then we'll call it a night. And if anyone still has any other questions, now would be a great time to ask. As we'll definitely wrap up after this. And then we'll be back around 12.5 hours from now, tomorrow morning. In which we'll be doing more Peer Faction. And hopefully near completing it, or completing it if we start skipping. I'm not sure if I'll be doing the skipping method though. But if we did, we could easily get it completed next stream. But I'm probably not, so it probably will be done like tomorrow night stream. So this time tomorrow, we might be doing Peer Faction. Hey, how close are we on that level? We should be pretty close on hero level right now. Also, I never did give Diabolist his level 40 perk. I don't think he had anything good though. Though we did set it so we'd get some free souls. 1 soul every turn. Get some kind of value out of using him, since he's pretty useless otherwise. Obviously, we don't really need too many souls, but hey, they add up. That small amount might help us for all the tens of thousands we're going to be needing for the new medal system. Oh, you just found a Doomclaw? That's a pretty nice pickup. Or really, any Mythic's a nice pickup. Doomclaw is not the strongest of meta troops. However, it does have 2 Devourers on it as a potential. And unlike some Mythics, it does have a... It's not a consistent, but it does have a potential triple instant kill, basically. Or a double instant kill into a really high single target poke, which will generally kill 3 things if you get really lucky. The biggest issue that Doomclaw normally has is it's an extremely luck-based troop is the only real big issue with him. That and immune to Devour hard counters him. And normally in the team compositions that use him in, you don't use a anti... you don't use a curse option. You don't use something that can actually remove the immune to Devour. Just because most of the teams that use him don't have room to fit a immune... Or they don't have a room to put something on the team that can disable immune to Devour. Which is a little bit unfortunate. But I used him occasionally in the past for Guild Wars. He's a great thing to bring out for 1 to 3 Guild War days to have as a slot if you don't have other options. It's probably his biggest purpose in the current state of the game. Is a Guild War slotting troop. Which also means he can also technically be used for Doom occasionally. Am I doing pet rescue? Yes, I'm doing pet rescue right now. I'm just doing it for the pet food, even though we already have this pet maxed. That reminds me, I haven't converted my pets into pet food for a while. I haven't really needed to, but I might need to do that soon. Poor pets. How morbid. Gotta convert all of our pets to food. To feed our other pets. Though you can never feed a pet to itself. You can never feed one species of a pet to another species of the same pet. Because in order to actually turn your pets into food, you have to have them already mythicked. Which means you've already completely fed them to completion. But you can feed different species to each other. And I'll take a key down. Hey, that's not me. That's just the game. I didn't program this game. It's just facts. How do you get so many pets? You generally get quite a few of them if you haven't been getting too many during Vault events. Vault events increases the rate at which you'll find gnomes. And even if your guild isn't really doing too many, you would probably yourself be able to perpetually keep it going every single hour. But one easy way to get a lot more pets is if you're in an active guild. Because the more active your guild is, the more pets you'll likely be finding from PvP and Arena. And the more people that are doing PvP and Arena in your guild, the more pets you'll just be getting in general. It's not really too important to like power level pets, but it is pretty decent to get at least one copy of every single pet. Because most pets gain a good majority of their effectiveness the second you get one copy of it. Oh, I should have gotten that gold first, but oh well. Oh, you trade pet food. Oh, okay, you trade them now instead of converting them to pet food. They're still converted to pet food. No dialogue will change the fact that you're basically converting them into food. Do you think the maker of Gems of War will remove the spoiler website? No. They're actually fine with it. As long as it's marked with, hey, this is not official and all that kind of stuff. And that it's subject to change, which they have done since then. But yeah, that's the only thing that they requested, last I recall, is to make sure that that it is marked with that it might be subject to change. And that it's not official. But yeah, they're pretty fine with it. They would never really shut up a spoiler thing. They also ended up even making a spoiler thread on the forum, just to kind of divide it. Their main thing with spoilers is, like, they're fine with it as long as it's marked correctly and as long as it's separated away so that people that don't want to be spoiled don't get spoiled. But as long as people comply by that, they don't really mind if people spoil stuff. Thank you, Itsy Beating Unicorn. Yeah, some people really like my laugh, some people really hate it. It is what it is. I feel like more people like it than hate it, but some people really hate it for some reason. It's also really funny whenever I do like my full laugh. Though it's very rare that it happens on stream. Because generally something absurdly funny, it doesn't happen on stream too often. How many tier 7s did I buy? 5. Which is, what does the cost come out for that? 5 tier 7s cost us 2,110 gems is how much we've spent on the event so far. And depending on if we skip or not, that should be enough to go all the way. But any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, we'll probably be wrapping up. So go claim the pets and be good to go. And we'll gain that level next morning. And go from there. Nice, we got 6 blue pet food. Since those are basically just blue pet foods. A white one, and a few other things. There we go. Nice. How many souls an hour can you generate when you are farming souls? It used to be about 50,000. I believe in the current state of the game, it's closer to 40 to 45,000 though. And you just run it with Dragon Soul, Double Fair Shra, and Umbra Wolf, or Hero with Purple Storm in last slot. And you do that in any kingdom where there's no revives on difficulty 2 on Explore. And you just keep repeating that over and over again. I'm not sure what kingdom would actually be best for it. I believe Kazale, oddly enough, is actually pretty decent for it. But you want to do it on difficulty 2 on a kingdom that has 0 things that can revive on death. Ideally also 0 summons. But most important one is that they have no revive on death. So like a 25% on death, 50% on death, 100% on death. We want to avoid any kingdom that has any of those. As long as you do it in one of those locations, you'll be perfectly fine for it. You can also do cheaper teams, like Dragon Soul, any 2 Necromancies, and Hero with Purple Storm. That's like the cheapest way that you can build a proper soul farming team. That team ranges probably closer to 25 to 30,000 souls per hour in the current state of the game. I haven't actually tested it too extensively since this most recent version. I just haven't had the time yet, but I probably should. Because I haven't tested it since 4.6, and obviously it's quite a bit different with 4.6 because of the new Explore system. Like, I know generally what you should do for it, I just haven't tested it for hours on end, because I don't have an immediate need for souls, but I probably should sometime in the near future. Like, maybe on one of those weekends when we don't really have an event would be a really good time to go and test that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Thank you all so much for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. About 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. We might also be streaming on Mixer simultaneously. Hopefully we'll have all that set up. Not 100% that we will have it set up by then, but that is the goal, to have it set up by tomorrow night. Other than that, we will be streaming tomorrow morning. That will be in about 12 hours from now, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll just be continuing the delves. I might be skipping, might not. We'll kind of decide as we start going through the stream and seeing how it feels at that point. Once we go like in about half an hour, hour in, we'll probably decide on what the game plan is. Oh, one more question. Sir, feel free to leave the question. Let's see. Is anything else I missed from chat while you're doing? Excuse me, while you're doing the question. Oh, excuse me. Why am I getting hiccups all of a sudden? No. Is glory used for or useless? Glory is mostly used for 2 things. The main purpose you tend to use it for, particularly in early game and mid game, is you throw it on the glory rewards every single week. There is a troop that you can buy for glory. These you can end up farming up various trait stones. And the most useful thing to use this for is whenever there's a troop here that costs 400 glory, it will have a 2 arcane drop, meaning each arcane ends up costing 200 glory each. Normally you can see, based on this ratio, it costs 300 glory per arcane. So for example, if we wanted 100 arcanes, it would end up costing us 30,000. However, it would end up costing us only 200 each when we do it during a during an event that has an epic here, because it costs 400 per pack, but you end up getting 2, making their overall cost 200 each. So whenever there is an epic here, where there's 2 arcanes here for 400 glory, you can end up getting a really, really good value for arcanes. And it's generally advised, if you have a surplus of glory, to dump your glory in order to not have to go out of your way to arcane trait stone grind. And that's generally what you do in early game and mid game until you have enough of every single arcane trait stone that you don't really need them anymore. After that point, once you finally get past that point, you basically just spend them on glory keys. They're, what, 20 glory each? 50 glory each? I actually forget now. I believe it's 20 glory each per glory key. I keep forgetting because I keep having a glory key stack here, which hides their cost. But I believe they're 20 glory each for each glory key. And those you generally use to try to get mythics, legends, and, you know, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone. And best of luck with the new faction.